Set your rank first. Officer of 50 Tazia Balaman Banya Shala. Officer Tazia Balaman Banya Shala. Yahabashim Yashabrakato. Yahabashim Yashabrakato. La Yashrala. La Yashrala. Go ahead.
Everybody imagine, which means to stand. We're going to read our Lord's Prayer. We're going to read the Lord's Prayer. I was like, we're going to start and turn the face east. We're going to read the Lord's Prayer in the last one. Wadash. Abanel.
Abanel.
Shabbat Shabbat.
Shabbat Shabbat.
Wadash.
Wadash.
Hayah.
Hayah.
Shemka.
Shemka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Malafaka.
Malafaka.
Taba'ah.
Taba'ah.
Watzaka.
Zaka.
Hayah.
Hayah.
Aisha.
Aisha.
Ba'aratza.
Ba'aratza.
Kawa.
Kawa.
Hayah.
Hayah.
Bashama.
Bashama.
Latalana.
Latalana.
Lakam.
Lakam.
Ka.
Ka.
Yawam.
Yawam.
Wasalakna.
Wasalakna.
Kabawatna.
Kabawatna.
Kasalakna.
Kasalakna.
Kabawatna.
Kabawatna.
Walala.
Walaa.
Tabi'ayna.
Tabi'ayna.
Walasawan.
Walasawan.
Abal.
Abal.
Aishayna.
Kalashayna.
Mayan.
Mayan.
Ra.
Right.
Kaya.
Kaya.
Laka.
Laka.
Amalagwa.
Amalagwa.
Wahala.
Wala.
Watapara.
Wadapara.
Lailami.
Lailami.
Amen.
Amen. And in English. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name.
Hallowed be thy name.
Yahweh, thy kingdom come.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy will be done.
Thy will be done.
In earth.
In earth.
As it is in heaven.
As it is in heaven.
Give us this day.
Give us this day.
Our daily bread.
Daily bread.
Forgive us our debts.
Forgive us our debts.
As we forgive our debtors.
As we forgive our debtors.
And lead us not.
And lead us not
into temptation.
into temptation.
But deliver us.
Deliver us
from evil.
from evil.
For thine is the kingdom.
That is the kingdom.
And the power.
And the power.
And the glory.
And the glory.
Forever.
Forever.
So be it.
So be it. Gonna read the Hakar and the last one, Kodash. Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Ba'ashem.
Ba'ashem.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Babakashah.
Babakashah.
Natalina.
Natalina.
Haka.
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 Larafa'ah.
Larafa'ah.
Kamakala.
Kamakala.
Wakamarawa.
Wakamarawa.
Haka.
Haka.
Latahar.
Latahar.
Hamatazariah.
Hamatazariah.
Haka.
Haka.
Lahakwi.
Lahakwi.
Hamati.
Hamati.
Haka.
Haka.
Arwakawa.
Arwakawa.
Tamala.
Tamala.
The Garasham.
Garasham.
Ba'ashem.
Ba'ashem.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Tawat.
Tawat. Amen. Now the power of prayer in English. Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
In the name of Yahweh.
Please give us the power.
Please give us the power.
The power to heal.
The power to heal.
All manner of sickness.
All manner of sickness.
And all manner of disease.
And all manner of disease.
The power to cleanse the lepers.
The power to cleanse the lepers.
The power to raise the dead.
The power to raise the dead.
The power against unclean spirits.
The power against unclean spirits.
To cast them out.
To cast them out.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
Thank you, so be it.
Thank you, so be it. This is the blessings prayer in the last one for that. Barakatah Yahweh.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Wa Yahweh Shai.
Wa Yahweh Shai.
Wa Miyaka'ala.
Wa Miyaka'ala.
Wa Allahai.
Wa Allahai.
Matazab Ya'ah.
Matazab Ya'ah.
Alawap Yahan.
Alawap Yahan.
Ha Alawapim.
Ha Alawapim.
Ha Sarayim.
Ha Sarayim.
Akwata Zayayim.
Akwata Zayayim.
Akaw Yayayim.
Akaw Yayayim.
Wa Akwati.
Wa Akwati.
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Ba'ashem,
Ba'ashem,
Yahushua,
Yahushua,
Tawad,
Tawad.
Amen.
Amen. Blessed prayer in English. Bless you, Yahweh.
Bless you, Yahweh,
And Yahushua.
and Yahushua,
And Michael.
and Michael,
And the angels.
and the angels,
Commanding General Yohanan.
Commanding General Yohanan,
The generals.
the generals,
The captains.
the captains,
The officers.
the officers,
The troopers.
the troopers,
And the sisters.
and the sisters.
Yahweh.
Yahweh,
In the name of Yahushua.
in the name of Yahushua,
Thank you so big.
thank you so big.
You move your form over.
I don't know if I can mute it with the alarm. Yes, because it's an alarm. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 121, in the Lashon Kodash. Aisha,
Aisha,
Ayanya,
Ayanya,
Ahahai,
Ahahai,
Mahayan,
Mayan,
Yava'a,
Yava'a,
Azari,
Azariah,
Azari,
Azariah,
Ma'an,
Mahan,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Aisha,
Aisha,
Shamayam,
Shamayam,
Wa'ratza,
Wa'aratza,
Ayatan,
Ayatan,
Lama Watts,
Lamawat,
Regalka,
Regalka,
Ayanawam,
Ayanawam,
Shamarka,
Shamarka,
Anala'a,
Anaa,
Yanawam,
Yanawam,
Wala'a,
Wala'a,
Yayashan,
Yayashan,
Shalomar,
Shalomar,
Yashal,
Yashal,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Shamarka,
Shamarka,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Zalka,
Zalka,
Al Yad,
Al-Yad,
Yamyumka,
Yamimka,
Yawamam,
Yawamam,
Hashmash,
Hashamash,
La Yakaka,
Yalika,
Wayarak,
Wayrak,
Balayala,
Malayala,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Yashamar,
Yashamarka,
Makara,
Kalrat,
Yashamar,
Yashamar,
Atmapash,
Atmapashka,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Yashamar,
Yashamar,
Tazaka,
Tazaka,
Ubawaka,
Wabawaka,
Mayata,
Mayata,
Wa'ad,
I
Awalam.
will love. Psalm chapter 121 in the English. I will lift up my eyes into the hills.
I will lift up my eyes to the hills.
From whence cometh my help?
From whence cometh my help?
My help cometh from Yahweh,
My help coming from Yahweh,
which made heaven and earth.
which made heaven and earth.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He that keepeth thee
He that keepeth thee
will not slumber.
will not slumber.
Behold,
Behold,
he that keepeth Israel
he that keepeth Israel
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy shade
Yahweh is thy shade
upon thy right hand.
upon thy right hand.
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
nor the moon by night.
nor the moon by night.
Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil.
Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil.
He shall preserve thy soul.
He shall preserve thy soul.
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out
and thy coming in
and thy coming in.
from this time forth
From this time forth
and even forevermore.
and even forevermore. This is the book of Psalm, chapter 83, in the Lashon Kodash. Alahaya,
Alahaya,
Adamiyalaka,
Adamiyalaka,
Alta Karash,
Al-Takarash,
Wa'alta Shakwat,
Wa'alta Shafat,
Kayahana,
Ayahana,
Awayabika,
Awayabyaka,
Yahamayawan,
Yahamayawan,
Ra'ash,
Ra'ash,
Al-Amaka,
Al-Amaka,
Yarayamwa,
Yairayamwa,
Sawada,
Sawada,
Wayata,
Wayata,
Ya'atizawa,
Yaitazawa,
Altis Vawanyaka,
Altazawanyuka,
Hamaru,
Amarawa,
Lakao,
Lakawa,
Wanakathiyadam,
Wanakathidam,
Magawi,
Magali,
Wala Yazakar,
Walai Zakar,
Sham Yashal,
Shamya Sha'al,
Awada,
Iwada,
Kaya,
Kaya,
Noah Aitizawa,
Nawaitazawa,
Laba,
Laba,
Yakadwa,
Yakawa,
Alyaka,
Alyaka,
Yashal,
Yasharal.
yeah, Yashal,
no,
Yat.
Barya,
Abayat,
Barya,
Yakarathma,
Yakarashma,
Alyaka,
Ahaya,
Adawam,
Adawam,
Washmael,
Wayakmayali,
Mawaba,
Mawalaba,
Wagari,
Wahagari,
Gabal,
Gabal,
Wamawan,
Waikwa,
Wamalak,
Waimalak,
Palashat,
Halashat,
Hamishabi,
Amishabia,
Tazawar,
Tazawar,
Gamashawar,
Gamashawar,
Nalawa,
Nalawa,
Haima,
Aiman,
Hayawa,
Hayawa,
Zarawas,
Sarawat,
the Bunny Lawats,
Banilawat,
Salah,
Salah,
Aishalaham,
Ashalaham,
Kamadi,
Kamadi,
Kasayasara,
Kasaya Sarah,
Kayabia,
Hayabia,
Wanakal,
Malakal,
Koyaswa,
Ayatwa,
Nashamadwa,
Nashimadwa,
Wayandara,
Bayandara,
Hayawa,
Ayawa,
Ma,
Naman,
Radama,
Alma,
Shayatamwa,
Shayatamwa,
Nagyamawa,
Yadayabawa,
Kaira,
Kairab,
Wakazaba,
Wakazaba,
Wakazabak,
Wakazaba,
Wakazalmana,
Wakazamana,
Kanasai Kamwa,
Kalasai Kamwa,
Ashar,
Ashar,
Amaro,
Amarwa,
Nairash,
Nairashat,
Manawa,
Nawa,
Ah,
Ah,
Nahawa,
Na'awa,
Alahaya,
Alahan,
Alhaya,
Alhaya,
Shayatamo,
Shayatama,
Kagagula,
Kagabala,
Kakwash,
Shakwash,
Lapanya, Rakaw,
Gapanyaraka,
Kaash,
Kaash,
Tabaru,
Tabaira,
Yaru.
Yaira,
What comes about?
Kalaba,
Talahat,
Salahat,
how are you?
Ariel,
Ka,
Khan,
Darada,
Daradam,
Basaru,
Basarika,
Wabasa,
Babasa,
Patka,
Papatka,
Tabahalam,
Tabahalam,
Mala,
Mala'a,
Panyaham,
Panyaham,
Palawan,
Palawan,
Waya Bakwashwa,
Wayabakwashwa,
Shamka,
Shinka,
Yahweh,
Yahawa,
Yabash,
Yabashwa,
Waya Bahawa,
Wayabahalwa,
Aya,
Aya,
Waya Kaparu,
Wayapaparwa,
Waya Badu,
Wayabanu,
Waya the Iowa,
Wayadaiwa,
Kaya Atha,
Ayata,
Shamka,
Shinka,
Yahweh,
Yahawa,
Labanka,
Labanka,
Ayawan,
Alyawan,
Alkaha, Arataza.
Alcohol, Rakza. Psalm chapter 83 in the English. Keep out thou silence.
Keep not thou silent.
Oh, Yahweh.
Oh, Yahweh.
Hold not thy peace.
Hold not thy peace.
And be not still.
Be not still.
Oh, Yahweh.
Oh, Yahweh.
For lo, thy enemies make a tumult.
My enemies make a tumult.
And they that hate thee,
They that hate thee
have lifted up the head.
have lifted up the head.
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people.
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people.
And consulted against thy hidden ones.
And consulted against thy hidden ones.
They have said,
They said,
Come,
come,
and let us cut them off.
let us cut them off
From being a nation.
from being the nation.
With the name Yasha'Allah.
With the name of Yasha'Allah,
Maybe no more in remembrance.
there be no more remembrance.
They have consulted together.
They have consulted together
With one consent.
with one consent.
They are confederate against thee.
They are confederate against thee.
The tabernacles of Edom.
The tabernacles of Edom
And the Ishmaelites.
and the Ishmaelites,
Moab.
Moab
And the Hagarenes.
and the Hagarenes,
The Baal.
the Baal,
And Ammon. And Amalek.
and
The Philistines.
the Philistines,
The inhabitants of Tyre.
with the inhabitants of the Crete.
Ashur also is joined with them.
Sure also was joined with them.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
They are hope in the children of Lot.
Salah.
Salah.
Do unto
To them
as unto the Midianites.
as unto the Midianites,
As to Sisera.
as to Sisera,
As to Jabin.
as to Jabin,
At the brook of Kaisan.
at the brook of Kaisan,
Which perished at Endor.
which perished at Endor.
They became as dung for the earth.
They came as dung for the earth.
Make their nobles
Make their nobles
like Oreb
like Oreb,
and like Zeeb.
like Zeb,
Yea,
Yea.
all their princes as Zabah
all the princes of Sabbath,
and as Amunah,
not Salmuna,
who said,
who said,
Let us take to ourselves
let us take to ourselves
houses of God in possession.
the houses of God in possession.
Oh Yahweh,
Oh Yahweh,
make them like a wheel,
make them like a wheel,
as the stubble before the wind,
as the stubble before the wind,
as the fire burneth a wood,
as the fire burneth the wood,
and as the flame set the mountains on fire.
as the flame set the mountains on fire.
So persecute them
So persecute them
with thy tempest.
with thy tempest,
Make them afraid
make them afraid
with thy storm.
with thy storm,
Fill their faces with shame.
fill their faces with shame,
They may seek thy name.
that they may seek thy name.
Oh Yahweh,
Oh Yahweh,
let them be confounded
let them be confounded,
and troubled forever.
in trouble forever.
Yea,
Let
let them be put to shame
them be put to shame,
and perish,
and perish,
that men may know
that they may know
whose name is like that thou,
that thou,
whose name alone
whose name alone
is Yahweh,
is Yahweh,
art the most high
art the Most High
over all the earth.
over all the earth.
And with that, Sar, I'm gonna turn face to front. I'll go ahead and scroll down. Blood horn one time. All right, Mashabia, which means to sit. Shalom Israel, Shalom Yasha'Allah, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahshai Barakatah, Yahweh Shamar Alatan Ba'ashem Yahshai. This is the ISUPK that started out at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York in 1969. We're under commanding General Yohana. Here to teach the truth of the Bible, so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native American Indians are the real Israelites according to the scriptures. Now, it being Saturday, we got the Sabbath service going on where we go into the Old Testament and read the Hebrew in the Hebrew, and then we translate it in English so that brothers and sisters out there can understand what's being read. But you can follow along with us. All right. I believe we're in Genesis chapter 44, right? Genesis 44. What we normally do is we take it 7 verses at a time, just kind of breaking it down for them. We take it 7 verses at a time. We read it in Hebrew, then we go and read it in English. Then we do the next 7 verses in Hebrew, and then we read it again in English. So it goes in that cadence. And last week, we did an excellent job of getting through some of the Hebrew. We did 3 groups. So we did up to verse 21, where we finished verse 21. And then what we'll do now is we're going to start at verse 22, Genesis chapter 44. Now you could follow along in the English Bible, but I recommend using the Bible Hub app to follow along in the interlinear version because you're going to see the Hebrew that we're practicing and reading along with with the Old Testament. So what we're doing right now is we're going to go to Genesis chapter 44. Going to start at verse 22 and read to the end of verse 28. All right, go ahead.
Okay.
And copy art, just help him out if he needs help with any of it. I'm going to share the class everywhere.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 44, verse 22. Panamar. Ow. Adawan. La'a. Yakla. Kanayar. La'isba. The.
Wait, you said verse 22?
Yeah.
I don't know if we.
Because we read chapter.
Cause my thinking was left on Genesis 44:19.
No, we finished. We finished.
No, it's highlighted.
Mm-hmm.
It's highlighted.
Yeah.
Okay,
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Let's start again. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 44, verse 22. Wa'anamar. Arawa. La'a. Yaka. Hanaira.
Nah.
Hanair. Lizab. Ata. Abayba.
Abayo.
Abayawa. Isba.
Why is that?
Wisa. Ata. Ba. Awa.
Abayo.
Abayawa. Wamta. Verse 23. What the Amar? Allah. Abidakwa. Abidakwa. Abai. Dakia. Abidakia.
Yeah.
Abidayak. Ahum. La'a. Yarat. Yarat. Hakum.
Akiakum.
Yakum. Haka. No.
Aki.
Akim.
Like I also that what I said. Aku.
Akim.
Aki.
Hakwa. The wa. Hakatawa.
Akotam.
Hakotam. Atakam. La'a. Tshapamwa. Larwa. Panya. Verse 24. Wayakaya. Wayakaya.
Wayak. Yeah.
Wayahaya. Kaya. Alayanawa. Allah. Idako.
Abadak.
Idakawa.
Abadak.
Ibadak. Abaya. Una Tegua, Takawa, Ata, Tabaraya, Arau, Arawan, Adanawa,
Adonai.
Adanaya. Verse 25. Wayamar, Abanaya, Nawa, Shabawa,
Abiyanawa.
Abinawa. Abinawa. Father is Banawa? Oh, sorry.
Our father is Abinoah.
Is any of y'all doing this now? Like, you have the video right, and you try to exit out of it, and then it just
Yeah, man.
keep doing that.
No, but it shows it on the bottom of my,
Mhm.
at the bottom of my, it's right here. Look. I have to click on it though.
I keep doing it. Like close my screen up. I don't know how to get rid of it.
Oh, that's crazy. Mm. Abinawa, Shabawa, Shabarawa, Lanawa, Mayata, Akla. Verse 26. Wanamar, La'a, Nawaka, Lada, Larada, Ayam, Yesha,
Yes.
Yesh, Akad,
Okay, now.
Akinawa, Haka, Haka, Tawa, Katawa,
Hakatan.
Kata, Atanawa, yeah, Waya, Wa, Yadaranawa, Kaya, La'a, Nawaka, Lara, Lara, Wanawa, Tanya, yes, yes, Kawan, what Kawan, what?
Sorry, which one you?
What Kawan, what? I mean, 26.
Oh, like which one?
But our brother.
Okay.
Oh, what?
Well, Akinawa.
Well, Okinawa. Quatawa.
Nah. It's an end nah. Hakotan.
Hakotan.
Mm-hmm.
That's not a war?
Nah.
Hmm? Oh, no.
I thought it was a war.
That was,
The
No.
last character?
There's a wa in the previous phrase. Actually, there's two was in the previous phrase. You see how You see the length of it?
We don't have the thing.
It's shorter than the one that goes at the end of Hakutan.
So if it's shorter, it's a what?
Yeah, if it's longer, it's a end na. And if it's really short, it's a ya.
We don't
Yeah,
have the,
you see it on this one right here. Wa ak ya nawa. Right?
Yeah.
You see how the wa is the same length as the ah? It's the
Mhm.
same. It's the exact same length. This one's different only because I guess it may be a little confusing because qua actually goes a little bit further down than the ka. You see how it's a little bit longer, but na at the end goes further down than the other characters. You see that?
Yeah, I see.
So that's how you
This
know the
one.
difference. Ya is the shortest and it floats in the air. Wa is the regular size one.
Middle.
It's the same as all the other characters in length, or most of the other characters. And then end na is only when it's at the end. There'll never be an end na that's in the middle of a character. It has to be all the way at the end. And you'll know it's the end na because it goes further down than the rest of the characters.
No.
It's the same thing on the iPhone as well. The Android also shows that. And they kind of simplify it for the Android because it's supposed to be easier to read, but you can't get them mixed up.
All right. Okay. Yeah. Na wa.
Mm-hmm. Ayan nawa.
Ayanwa.
Mhm.
Atanwa.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 27. Waya Amar.
Mm-hmm.
I the ka.
I'm a dark.
I badak. Abaya.
Mm-hmm.
Aba. I Hawa. All right.
Ala Yanawa.
Alai Yanawa.
Mm-hmm.
Thumb. Yeah. The I thumb.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Kaya. Shanay.
Shanyam.
Shanyam. Ya. La. The ka.
Mm-hmm.
La ay.
Laya.
La ya. Ashtawa.
Ashathya.
Ashatya. Verse
Right.
28.
No, that's one more verse. Go ahead.
Wayatza. Adakad.
Mm-hmm.
Ma'ataya. Wa. Nawar. Wa Amar. Aka. Tarapa. Tarapa.
Mm-hmm.
Wala'a. Ra'a. Ya. Ka. Iwa. Wayakara. Wayakara. Iwa.
Raya.
Raya. Kaiwa.
Raya.
The Yawa. Ida. Chanukah.
It's Hana.
Hana.
Mm-hmm. All right, now go ahead and go to the English. So again, we're in Genesis chapter 44. We're going to start at verse 22 today.
Oh no, right.
Go ahead and read the first verse, verse 22.
Okay. This book of Genesis, chapter 44, verse 22. And we said unto my Lord, the lad cannot leave his father. For if he should leave his father, his father would die.
So let's take a second here, because last week we left off on a cliffhanger, right? Like always, it's always like them shows on Netflix where it leads some crazy event that happens at the very end of the show, where it's like, oh man, you gotta see the next chapter. Go ahead and skip. Go ahead and start the new episode, right?
Okay.
The cliffhanger was that after Joseph, who was brothers with these men, after he communed with them, after he ate with them, sent them off, he set it up so that his chalice, his silver cup, would be in the possession of the youngest brother, Benjamin, right? Who is the same, they share the same mother and father. But the difference between Benjamin and all the other brothers was that Benjamin was the youngest one who wasn't a part at all of Joseph being taken into captivity. If you can recall in the previous chapters, Joseph was basically left for dead, damn near, with heathens by the hand of his own brothers, right? So a lot has happened since then. We've been reading over the past months about Joseph's situation, about him ending up in prison, being sold, right, ending up in a prison wrongfully, you know what I mean, and then him getting a report amongst even the prisoners and the leaders, the prison guards and all that, to the point where he was running things in there damn near, and then ended up next to the Pharaoh because of him being able to interpret dreams and him having the ability of having the Most High with him throughout his process, because sometimes the Most High puts us through a lot so that we can get to a certain point in our lives where we've been disciplined and forged into the type of person that can be a leader. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you have to go through a lot of experiences to get to that point.
Yeah.
Now that he's at that position where he is the head of the treasury for the Pharaoh, that he has a little bit of play in his ability, right? And so what he did was he wanted to take his brother. Basically, what he wanted to do was keep his brother there. That's what he wanted. He wanted his brother to come back. And so he was confronting the men about his cup being in possession with Benjamin, even though it was his own plant, right? He put that in there. It was all part of his plan to keep his brother there with him, okay? But the problem was, you read verse 21 real quick, just so you could kind of recap.
Okay. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 44, verse 21.
No, verse 20. Go to verse 20.
Verse 20. And we said unto my Lord.
See that how the brothers that keep referring to him as the Lord, as their Lord, his leader? Adawan, right? So they're calling him Adawan. This is the exact term that they use, Adawan. That's the ancient Hebrew, right? They're calling him the Adawan. They don't know that that's their brother that they left for dead. That's the heavy thing about it. It's like sometimes a show or a good movie will have you as the audience in the know, and the people that are acting out the part, they don't know what you know. And you're observing it. Like, as we're reading this, the heavy situation here is that we know who Joseph is, but there's this buildup of tension and buildup of drama and things like that that's leading to the boiling point of there hopefully being a good ending from this, right? Or at least a revealing happening, and then all the feelings pouring out and all that stuff among these brothers. But right now, seems to be a mishap, because what Joseph did not account for was the health of his own father and the effect that him trying to take Benjamin away from his brothers would have, not only on their well-being, but the father's well-being. You know what I'm saying? And so now it's kind of like a curveball is being thrown at him, and now him trying to take control of the situation and do what he wants and have that control over his brothers is kind of sort of backfired on him, because now he's going to have to come up with something else, because he can't just let his father die. But this is the brothers explaining to him, like, man, you can't do this to us because we got our father at home and he's going to be sick. to death if he don't get his son back. You know, what's up?
My slavery, she caught me talking with one of the officers, and I said, "Kind of concert," and then she asked me what it meant, and I told her what it meant, and she was like, "You should never call nobody a lord." Crazy to like.
That's
it's
crazy.
not what it is. It's not like that.
It's like an ancient slang. You know what I'm saying?
And she told me that he was like, "Call nobody a lord."
Let's take a second and analyze what the scriptures. What are some of the terms that God is called?
Allaham,
Alahayam.
Allaham,
In English.
God. In English,
Yeah. I'm thinking of a specific one. Now, why would I bring that up in and rank it. And so the King of Kings, right? The Lord of Lords, and the Most High, even higher than. Because so much and all that stuff, Christianity kind of has it all like focused completely on that aspect. But the problem is they don't even follow Christ because there's no order amongst themselves, and they don't have anybody to kind of be a mediator between them and Christ's organized way. So the problem is our nation has lost its militancy. And because we don't have the order and rank and structure like we got in the book of Numbers, right? That we don't show respect to the people that are above us. Hell, most of the people that would say exactly what she just said never listened to their parents in their teenage years. Rebelled against their leaders, skipped class and talked back to the teacher, and ended up in the principal's office, ended up in what do they call it? ISS. Yeah. What does that mean? In school suspension? Yeah. You end up in ISS. You part of the breakfast. What's it called? Breakfast Club? You in the Breakfast Club.
Damn, nigga, we talking the same language.
You know what I'm saying? But spiritually. So that's the spiritual thing for them to say that. But when you understand that our people are destroyed for lack of knowledge, that you can't really hold that against it, but you could educate. That's the time to educate. That's the time to just be like, nah, it's not like that. It's like the way it like we were like she would watch a kung fu flick, right? She would watch what's that show, Karate Kid or whatever on Netflix. People will understand very quickly that them Karate Kids, they got a master in that school. They call him Sensei. They call him Sifu. If you watch an Ip Man, master. They'll understand Sensei and Sifu and Senpai and all that crap. Yeah. But they don't understand. They don't understand that there's rank and order even amongst our people.
Humble yourself. Basically.
You know what I mean? And we read that book, and we got to replace that book, the Northern Tribes book, the one that's missing a bunch of pages.
I can do it.
We're gonna get 2 copies of that. That even the Native Americans had ranking order and structure. They had what was called a chief. When you look at the word Alawap in the Bible, it means chief.
Yeah.
It's always been chief. That's why when it's translated in English, it was translated as chief when they were studying the Native Americans. Because it means or leader, you know what I'm saying? Somebody that is given structure and leadership. So referring to Joseph as the man of that. Why? Because he's the one that holds the power. He's got all the coin. Who lives and who dies. He's able hand man of the Pharaoh himself, so much so the Pharaoh trusts his decision even without the Pharaoh's, knowledge of the matter or anything like that. So this man does have ability. You know what I'm saying? America tries that in very councilman, and there's a lot of people that have to get involved to agree on something for anything to get done, and that doesn't happen because a house divided itself shall not stand, and the Republicans and Democrats clashing to see who's going to take the seat in the president. Some kind of power, seat, how much power these days, anyways. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
So it is have lords over lords over lords.
Yeah, reading the chapter about they had what was called dukes.
Yeah,
and that was just a trade. That for us, just their structure, but it was all based off of rank and order.
So they don't have just one. They have like they got the privates and
Oh, well, now at this point they've expanded on the amount of ranks, right? So they have sergeants, officers, all these different ranks, even within their military structure, just so that they can have more platoons and so that because there's more of them, they've had to over time they've gotten so spoiled they don't understand. In the United States, major war, something like that.
Mhm.
And so most of the people that are civilians, they don't live a militant lifestyle, so they're not used to that type of structure for society. You understand? But Israel, at its very beginning, was created to be a militant society. That's one thing that you have to keep in mind. That when Esau was coming back into his power, he took elements from the scriptures to solidify the strength and organization and structure in their empires, right? The Greeks and the Romans, and then during the Renaissance was the I guess you could say the Crusaders and all that stuff, right? They would end up being the European powers, and they've held their power till today. And what do you see? You see the same thing when other powers out there like China and Japan and all these other nations, the Russians, they've taken on that same structure as well because they see the benefit of it being there. So for a sister to say, well, I call no man Lord, it's just the definition of Lord that they don't understand.
Yeah.
Because Adawan is an ancient term.
Mhm.
You understand?
Yeah.
And so it's an ancient slang. That's what she would have to be hip to that. You know what I'm saying? Kana one kind is yes, Lord, yes. You know what I'm saying?
I might have her.
Hmm?
I might have her.
Read verse 20 again.
Okay. And we said unto my Lord, we have a father, an old man, and a child of his old age.
The youngest child, right? Because this was the last child that he had. Go ahead.
A little one,
Mm-hmm.
and his brother is dead,
Mm-hmm.
and he alone is left of his mother, and his father's loving him.
So remember, just like how we have the inside information, because we're looking at this story from as a historical thing. But as these men are saying this is that their brother is dead. They're talking to the brother that's supposed to be dead. That's the crazy thing about it. It's like, oh snap, it's really going down. They think that he's dead, and they think that. But like I said, the cliffhanger is this. Keep going.
Sorry, I have a question about that.
What's up?
So, Joseph and Benjamin were the only brothers from that mother.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And it's gonna say that. You'll see. Keep
And
going.
so the other, okay, so
it's gonna clarify because again, the brothers are explaining it. So this is the middle of their explanation because they're trying to plead with Joseph, their Adawan, right? They're trying to present information to him to make a good decision.
so
And that's what you got to do as somebody that has somebody over you, is that you can't make the decision yourself.
Okay.
You need to present the men above you with good information so that they can make a decision based off of their wisdom. You understand what I'm saying? and hope that that your information is sufficient to give them what they need to make a wise decision. And so in this case, it's them letting Joseph know about their father's condition and how worried, sick he is about Benjamin not coming home, because it was already risky enough for him to even go on his mission.
Sorry, sir.
Go ahead.
So can I use this to explain that you don't have to have the same parents to be brothers?
You mean like literally brothers in the flesh, or what are you talking about?
Yeah, like you don't have
Yeah,
to be
yeah.
from the same mother and
Okay.
father, but the father, and then that.
So what
you
I
know
will
what I mean?
say is, here's what I'll say. Yes and no. And here's why I say that. Because in some cases,
Mm.
a child may have a sibling who has a different father, right? This is very common, especially now, because women put men on child support and go and move on with their life, end up with another man, and end up having a child with a different man. And so those siblings will be what they call half brothers, right? That's the term that's used. No, not even step brothers, but half brothers. I say half brother because their tie with one another is the mother and not the father. So what does that mean? That means that technically speaking, there's a chance that they may be from different nations, because one kid's father might be an Israelite, one kid's father might be a different nation, right? Whatever. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe it's within the tribe of Israel, but it may be a different tribe, right? Maybe the mother, she was with the Judite brother, and then I'm not saying this is okay, but this is what happens in real life. She may move on. She ends up with next might be Benjamin, might be Levi, might be Issachar. You know what I'm saying? And so those brothers, they'll have the same mother. They'll be half brothers though, because they have a different lineage, so to speak, or a potential of a different lineage. You know, if a mother had been with an Edomite, and then you have a brother, you share the same mother with the Edomite. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But what matters more is the seed of your father. So in this case, they are brothers 100% because they share the same father. You see what I'm saying? So it technically doesn't matter what tribe their mothers are from. What matters more is what tribe their father is. It's just that this was the beginning of the birth of Israel. And so each one of these sons would eventually be their own specific tribe. And that's because the Most High ordained for it to be that way.
I understand.
Go ahead, Kabir.
I want to bring up something because, like, nowhere in there did it actually explain how the mothers felt about all this, about how the woman was feeling about all this, like at all. It never.
Actually, it does.
Oh, it does.
When you go back and read about Rebecca and was it Rebecca? Salakia. Well, Leah and Jacob's 4 wives, right?
About how
It was originally 2 wives, right? The 2 sisters, right? But what ended up happening was those sisters gave their handmaidens to Jacob to have more children with, which tells you what were their feelings on it.
No, I'm talking about like what was going on with like Joseph and all that.
What was their feelings on it?
Like how they was
So
like what was
one thing we know for sure is that the mother of Joseph and Benjamin is dead right now. She had passed away, but she was the one that was Jacob's first love. You know what I'm saying? The one that he originally fell in love with. The reason why he went and did all those years working for Laban was because he was so infatuated with her. And right now, I mean, not saying he doesn't love his other wives. What I'm saying though is that that wife is the one that passed away, and those 2 children are at risk of being lost forever. So it's almost like the issue here, and when you're going to read it, you're going to see what I'm saying, is that what Jacob is most deathly worried about is that he's not going to have nothing left of that woman. That his part of his family tree that he was building with that woman that he really loved, his original first love, that I don't want to say first love because he did marry the other sister first, but you know what I'm saying? The one that he showed preference to, who had a hard time giving birth during the first stages of their marriage, right? Imagine if you had, say, you had multiple women and you had children with all of them, but then the children that you had with your the one that you thought, and this is just let me just kind of be a little bit thorough about this. The one that you thought that was the most attractive one, she's the one that dies. And then if you were to lose both of the sons that you had with her, how would you feel about that? You'd be like, dang, I got nothing left of her. All I got is the memories and the pain. That's all I got left. So that's the perspective. That's the heaviness of this moment. That's what's being translated to Joseph to understand right now, is how important Benjamin is for their father, unknowingly that Joseph is also one of their sons too, one of his sons too. So who better to tell it to than the one who holds the key to whether or not their own father is going to live or die happy? You see what I'm saying?
This is a telenovela.
It's like a novella, bro. It's like, you know what I mean? But I never understood novellas and how they're able to have a new episode every day.
That's
like-
what this is.
For like 20 years straight. It's like they're always recording. How do you remember that many lines? That's crazy.
How
you
you
know what I
remember
mean?
this whole book?
Novella, exactly. But a novella is like, all right, next time tomorrow on this, that, and the third, blah, blah, blah. It's like, when did y'all record this? They still, a lot of times they still be recording novella as the season's going on, just hoping that the next episode is ready. It's like, it just never ends. It's like a soap opera, like a drama. Yeah, it'd be crazy.
Oh, yeah.
It'd be crazy like that. Now they got lots of material to go off of, apparently, But you talk to any grandma in the hood on the south side, and she can't stop watching that. You know what I mean? And then you look, and then you know what gets the guy. The thing is, the grandmas, they like watching it, but the problem is the men, they just watch it because the women in them shows be on point. Like, come on now, that's the truth, right?
Yeah.
So how different do you think it is now when we telling our story? You feel me? Like the women involved, they look glorious. They got their culture.
They play their
They
role.
also know how to keep their mouth in the right order. You feel me? Like that's why we ain't hearing much about that, because it's not that it was nothing worth bringing up, because either they didn't make a fuss about it or the Most High is just focused on what's going on directly with the men, right?
Mhm.
Now give me was you done with verse 20?
Actually,
I forgot where I left
Go ahead,
off.
Gabriel.
thinking about it, then think about how much stress he would have been going through if like his woman was acting like a woman that was acting like in the world today, because he's already going through a lot of stress because of like what about losing his son Joseph and everything. But then like having to go through double stress, listen to his woman yap at him and everything would be treacherous.
Yeah, I mean, we descended from these people, so it's almost like the things that have going on back then echo throughout time, and we've seen the same situations unfold wherever we are on the four corners of the earth, right?
Yeah.
Whether it's America, South America, hell, Britain, where we got Benjamite brothers out there, people from various tribes. It's just, we would just hope the Most High does works with us, uses us to sift out our people from amongst all the other nations out there, so that we can use this wisdom to deal with less drama. All right, give me verse 21.
Verse 21. And thou says unto thy servants, bring him down unto me, that I may set my eyes upon him.
That's how we left off last time. Go ahead.
Verse 22. And we said unto my Lord, the lad cannot leave his father, for if he should leave his father would die.
Yep.
Verse 23. And thou says unto thy servants, except your youngest brother come down with you, ye shall see my face no more.
Yeah, so that's what he said. It says, and thou saidest unto thy servants. He's saying, well, this is what you said. You said you can't come back over here without your youngest brother to prove that y'all aren't lying about who you are, right? And so they did that. They brought Benjamin over there to prove themselves, so that everything will run smooth when they go get more supplies, right? Go ahead.
Verse 24. And it came to pass when we came up unto thy servant, my father, we told him the words of my Lord.
See how it's almost like they talk in a third person because they keep referring to Joseph as my Lord, even though they're talking directly to him. Go ahead. You see what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So they showing respect to him the whole time. They even called his own dad his servant. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's the kind of power that Joseph had at this point. Keep going though.
I'm going. Verse 25. And our father said, go again and buy us a little food.
Right, because remember, during this whole entire situation, there was still a famine that was going on in the land. A famine that Joseph had prophesied was going to happen and they prepared for, which is why Joseph is in the position he's in now, because he led the Pharaoh and counseled the Pharaoh to have an upper hand in this time. So now Egypt was becoming a great power because they prepared for this, and now everybody around them is kind of clinging to them to survive. This is a life or death type of journey that they're going on. They didn't go out there just to get corn for no reason. They did so because they was running out of everything. You know, corn isn't just for us to eat; it's for the cattle to eat. You ain't gonna have no cattle to make food out of or to reproduce if you ain't got no corn or if you ain't got the supplies that they need. Let alone, you know, I'll think about all the uses that we have for corn. Heck, we have pupusas and that uses corn, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We got to do it lawfully though, because I hear they use pig lard when they make that.
Yeah, not the place we go to though.
I'm sorry, Christ. Go ahead.
Okay. Verse 26. And we said, we cannot go down if our youngest brother be with us.
Mm-hmm.
Then will we go down,
Mm-hmm.
for we may not see the man's face except our youngest brother be with us.
So again, they pleading with them. They saying, this is what you said. So we brought him down here because we weren't allowed to come back without Benjamin being with us. But keep going.
Okay, verse 27. And a servant my father said unto us, ye know that my wife bare me 2 sons.
Yeah, so before they left on this mission, their father told them, you know, my wife left me 2 sons. Keep going.
And that's one of his wives. Right? So like I said.
Give him a head. I actually thought about that when I read that verse earlier. I was like, one of his wives.
Yeah.
But we talking about this particular one in this situation, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because we know that the other brothers that he was talking to were the ones from his other wives. Right?
Yeah.
So it was so normal that it didn't have to be specified in a crazy way. He didn't even say one of my wives. It was just so normal that a man would have more than one wife that he was just like, my wife. Because that's who she was. She was his wife. If he was talking about one of his other sons, he might have said my wife and meant one of the other wives. See, because a Christian will read this and be like, see, my wife, the only one he had. I'm like, no, that's not what it's saying.
Right.
Read that again.
Okay. And thy servant my father said unto us, ye know that my wife bare me 2 sons.
Right. And who are those 2 sons? Go ahead.
Benjamin and Joseph.
Yeah. So they're actually, that's the heavy thing about it, is that they're talking to the other son and they don't know that he's the other son. In fact, they say this. Keep going.
Okay. Verse 28. And the one went out from me, and I said, surely he is torn in pieces. And I saw him not since.
Yeah, because they're quoting what Jacob said. He said, the one went out from me. I lost one of my sons. Supposedly he was torn by beasts. I haven't seen him since. I didn't get to bury him. There's no proof that he's dead, but the proof for him in his mind was, well, he ain't come back home. And plus, they told me that he got eaten by, like, you know, wildebeests and animals in the forest and stuff like that, lions or whatever, right? So they're reminding him about the worry of their father. That's what's going on right there.
So
Go ahead.
Me?
Yeah.
That's why they only gave him his garment, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Remember when the brothers, they brought back just the garment because it was like you ever see that on a heck any war movie or any other movie where it's like, look, here's her locket, she gone, man. Like that's the only thing that's left, or there might be some blood on it or something, and then whoever sees it, they recognize it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or it'll be like a part of the cloth of the clothes that she wore that they had wrapped around the leg or something.
Yeah.
And then see, it's got her scent on it. It's got to be hers. But it was there on the ground, and it looked like there was a scuffle in the dirt, and I ain't seen it. She must have been kidnapped or something, So it's just like detective work. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
When detectives look at the scene of a crime, they look for evidence that this happened and that happened, right? And so that was the evidence that was presented to Jacob that convinced him. Just like how heck, a judge in a court may be convinced about evidence for a crime, whether or not that's even the real case. It's enough for them to say, oh, you know what? This must have been what happened. This DNA was found on this person. This hair follicle was found in this car right here. This gun, this bullet from this gun that was in this person, we could trace it back to this gun shop, and we could find the transaction that occurred on this time frame to show that this man came to buy that bullet. So it had to have been that guy. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of what happened, even in back time. Back then, people trying to figure out things that happened based off of stuff in the environment and all that. So that's nothing new. Go ahead.
That's like, it makes me wonder now, because did Jacob actually ever find out the truth? Like, that it was really his sons who sold him into this?
So that's why you got to tune in, bro. That's why you got to stay locked in. Of course, reading the scripture, you could always read ahead. We ain't like, you know what I'm saying? One thing in the ISUPK and the Command General Yohana is we don't have a lock on the Bible and then lock that up after every class like the Catholic Church do. You know what I'm saying? It ain't like on the Book of Eli where they got to open up with a hammer at the end just to find out the whole thing was in Braille. Like, we had to actually study all the time. So you're more than welcome to read ahead. But when we're doing this in this class, it's to be read in Hebrew, and it's going to be broken down specifically line upon line so that people can really understand everything. Go ahead.
But it never really explains him. I guess he never really showed anger. I guess he was more happy about finding his son.
That might be, well, that'll definitely be part of it, but we'll find out as the story unfolds, right? That's the end of verse 28.
No, that's it. No,
Keep
that's
going.
27.
Okay, go ahead.
Verse 28. And then one went out from me, and I said, surely he is torn in pieces, and I saw him not since.
Saw him not since. So like you said, do we have time for another 7 or no?
No, probably not.
All right. We're going to continue this story in the next Sabbath service. But for that, Amadium. Stand. No, I ain't got my glasses on. I couldn't even see that.
Everybody, imagine the Psalm upon Wakodam, which means to turn face east. Gonna read the Lord's Prayer in the last one with us. Abanaw, Shabbat Shema, Kodash, Haya, Shamka, Yahweh, Lafaka, Taba'a, Batazaka, Haya, Aisha, Ba'arat, Wa, Haya, Bashaman, Tanana, Lakam, Ka, Yawam, Basalakna, Kabawatna, Kabawakina, Bala, Kabi'ayna, Banasawan, Abba, Aishayna, Hayat, Ra, Hayat, Laka, Amalagwa, Wahala, Wata'ara, La'alamin.
In English, our Father, which art in heaven. Hallowed be thy name. Hallowed. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done. In earth. As it is in heaven. Give us this day. Our daily bread. Give us our debts. We forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation. But deliver us from evil. Thine is the kingdom. And the power. And the glory. Forever. So be it. Disconnected.
Yahweh Shem Yahweh Barakia.
Yahweh Shem Yahweh Barakia.
Yahweh Shem Yahweh Barakia.
That's why I just turned the whole thing. I don't know. We just turn it right there.
Good.
All right. All right, now we're gonna turn and face the brothers for one courtesy salute. Men of Israel, Amadim Shabbat. Amadim.
No, wait.
Oh,
Scroll down.
hey, come on.
Brothers is like disrespect.
My bad.
You gotta say something.
Yeah.
If he didn't know that, you gotta be like, hey, whoa.
I left it up to you.
Nah,
Town council.
sometimes brothers don't,
Town
they
council.
Yeah.
That's the whole point of the brotherhood. We keep each other on the point.
Town council.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
Town council.
That's why you showed up. All right. So like, what we're gonna do is we're gonna turn and face the brothers for one courtesy salute. Men of Israel, Amadim Shabbat, Amadim, Barak, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Yagim Matah. Sorry, we're gonna turn and face the sisters for one courtesy salute. Men of Israel, Amadim Shabbat, Amadim, Barak, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Yagim Matah. Dismiss.